President Bola Tinubu has cancelled his previously scheduled nationwide broadcast for Nigeria's 26th Democracy Day anniversary and will instead deliver his address through a joint session of the National Assembly on Thursday. In an official statement issued by the Director of Information and Public Relations, Shegu Imohiosen, the cancellation is due to President Bola Tinubu's confirmed attendance at the joint session of the National Assembly, where he will deliver his Democracy Day address instead. All other plans remain unchanged as previously announced, the statement noted. The theme of this year's Democracy Day celebration is consolidating on the gains of Nigeria's democracy, necessitating of enduring reforms. The theme reflects the administration's emphasis on building upon democratic milestones through institutional and structural reforms. President Tinubu's address from the National Assembly is expected to highlight the government's reform agenda, the importance of national unity, and the collective responsibility of citizens and institutions in sustaining democratic governance. This year marks 26 years since Nigeria's return to democratic rule in 1999. June 12th was designated as Democracy Day in honor of the widely acclaimed 1993 presidential election, considered to be one of the freest and fairest in the nation's history. Before we go down to the cancellation of the speech, let's look at the theme of this year's Democracy Day, consolidating on the gains of democracy. How far would you say we have as a nation consolidated on the gains of democracy?
Yes, in my opinion, as a nation, we have not made any positive impact regarding democracy in Nigeria. Democracy was even better during the 1999.
Why do you say so?
Yeah, of course. During the 1999, Nigerians welcomed the government with open hands. We had access to everything.
Okay.
But today, politicians are becoming smaller gods. Politicians today, we see them, in Nigeria as demigods. They are having their way with the courts. Electionary cases are not being adjudicated properly and with the tenets of the law. You see judges, declining judgments by way of technicalities and all that. So, a lot, in my view, Nigeria have not really made tremendous progress as regards democracy. We don't even have democracy in Nigeria. We are not yet in a democratic rule. I stand to be corrected, because democracy thrives on rule of law.
Okay.
Democracy thrives on free, fair, credible election. Democracy thrives on protection of human rights. Democracy thrives on, when you are a job owner, you'll be able to give a job based on merit and qualification.
Okay.
But here in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. Democracy thrives where the security agencies do their work in line with the rule of law. Democracy thrives when the courts give the right judgment.
Okay.
Democracy thrives when the law is bigger than everybody. But in the event where strong men are now bigger than the law, we can't call that democracy. So the Nigerian system is becoming a very disappointing one. Yes, we can rule out the fact that there have not been previous attempts to reform some of these sectors we earlier mentioned.
Okay.
And we cannot also rule out the fact that this present administration have not ruled out reforms. But the question is, how well have these reforms affected the lives of the ordinary Nigerians? Mike, let me tell Nigerians something. This present administration, we know that the hardship is biting. Biting on all Nigerians as a result of the quick removal of subsidy and the floating of the naira. All that crashed the economy. But Nigerians have forgotten one thing. the allocation to the state governors increased, doubled, or to even to an extent tripled.
Okay.
The allocation to the local government chairman tripled. You see a local government that receives 200 and something million in the last administration now receives 800 million, 900 million, in some cases 1,100,000,000. Now, Mike, the question now is this: how well have the governors judiciously managed these funds? How well have they used these funds to providing amenities for the common man out there? That is on the governors. 36 state governors in this country. I can only give it to 2 that are judiciously managing these funds, using these funds meant for the poor people to affect their lives. You give it to Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State.
Okay.
He is doing massively well. You give it to Governor Oti, the #1 man. Forget others that are receiving Sun Award, this one award, Guardian Best Governor of the Year. All are bought. You can only but give it to Governor Oti. Governor Oti have ruled out policies and programs that directly affect the life of the poor people, the common man out there. Governance is all about the people.
Okay.
Sanwo-Olu recently just commissioned another rail to boost transportation in Lagos. That is to say, he is thinking outside the box to providing what will ameliorate the sufferings of the ordinary Lagosian. What has other governors, what have they used the monies received? Tripled, billions, reasonable amount of money that could fix our roads. Now, state governments can now generate power with the new law. How many states are generating its own power currently? Rivers State, for example, have everything it takes to give us. In fact, Mike, make me the governor of Rivers State. We will have permanent electricity here in Rivers State. We have the gas. We have water. We have all the resources to put Rivers State on the world map. But what's happening? People barely see 3 square meals a day to eat. Most people will talk about, oh, jobs. I'm looking, where are the jobs to give out? Because government is not thinking out of the box. See, Mike, government cannot employ all the people.
Okay.
But government can reel out empowerment programs that can ameliorate sufferings of the people. AI is becoming the order of the day. How many have Rivers State government trained? How many? 0. So, now, let us beam our searchlight on the local government chairman.
Okay.
Using a case study of Rivers State. Local governments have received improved allocation, highly improved allocation. How many have constructed road, even if it's 1 kilometer road? As a local government chairman, you can construct road. That doesn't mean you pay the contractor on one lump sum.
Okay.
Going by the provisions of the law, you cannot pay out all monument for contract in one lump sum. What stops local government chairmen visiting roads that are bad within their domain, contract out that road and pay instrumentally to contractors to construct them? who says that local governments cannot own farms to boost food production as to cushion effect of the hardship? Who says that local government cannot sponsor people on scholarship? Mike, who says that? My own local government, we have 13 wards. Can't a local government sponsor 13 people to study abroad out of the 13 wards? I mean, see, Mike, these people should stop taking Nigerians for a ride. We have had this enough, and enough is enough. These monies belong to the poor people, the local people. The essence of local governance is to bring government closer to the people, to bring amenities closer to the people. So this blame as to hardship, as to what is happening in Nigeria, shouldn't be hinged on President Bola Tinubu alone. We should hold our governors accountable. We should hold our local government chairmen accountable. We should hold our National Assembly members. The senators are receiving billions in constituency projects. Where are the projects? The House of Reps members are receiving billions in constituency projects. Improved, unlike what they used to have. That is to tell you that this present administration have pushed out money to these our representatives. Where are the projects? How well have they affected the lives of the people? They have stolen away this money to themselves. Some are building hotels, buying houses abroad. Some are buying cars. I have a record of a local government, a caretaker local government chairman who bought a car just 2 weeks after for his girlfriend. But so many of them have bought jack-rated vehicles. Go and check jack-rated vehicles. They are not peanuts. You can't buy any for less than 50 million. Where do they get the money? How much is their constitutionally allowed salaries? So Nigerians should start holding their representatives accountable moving forward. That is the only way we will have a successful nation. Otherwise, it will be same story every year. Every year. So moving forward, Nigerians need to be in the know that the hardship is not only orchestrated by the president. The president have ruled out reforms that have encouraged more funds into the system. Where are these funds? Where are the projects? Then it's also a time to hit on the EFCC and other security agencies that are saddled with financial misappropriation. Why is EFCC not moving after them? Who says that even with their immunity that EFCC cannot knock their offices and ask for audited accounts? It's in line with the law. You must not prosecute them because they have immunity. But EFCC should ask questions. EFCC should make sure that these funds are channeled to the right sources. But they are not doing it. That's why I keep saying if EFCC is not meeting its task, it should be scrapped. EFCC is not only for the Yahoo boys. EFCC should be there to curb down corruption in governance. That was the reason why Obasanjo, with his wisdom, formed that organization. But they are not living up to expectation. So EFCC should be scrapped. So I am among the Nigerians believing today that the president during his speech will scrap EFCC because in my own view, that organization have not met up to 10% of its constitutionally empowered.
Let me ask one more question. What do you think Nigerians are looking forward to hearing from the presidential speech?
Yes, Nigerians are looking forward to hear from the president on how his government intends to make life better. Okay. That's the essence of governance. Government thrives on nobility. Government thrives on providing amenities for its citizens. Government thrives on providing security and welfare. That is the major duty of government as enshrined in our constitution. Security of the people, welfare of the people. Any government that is not providing these elements, then it's a failing government. So Nigerians want to hear from the president today. The new reforms, what is he intending to do?
Okay.
More especially with the judiciary, which prides itself at the hope of the common man.
Yeah.
We need to know what are the reforms he is bringing to making sure that the judiciary is properly reformed, to making sure that people have access to justice. Look, brother, there are so many injustices in this country that need to be addressed. So many. So Nigerians need to hear from our president. We need to know, Mr. President, what are the reforms you are bringing in the judiciary? What are the electoral reforms? We want electronic voting. We want to see that our IREV works this time without glitches. Who are the people manning the electoral commission? We need to know this. Are they people of character and repute? Are they people who have the fear of God? Or they are people who just damn the generality of over 200 million Nigerians and take decision whatsoever they like? We need the president to address this. We need the president to address the issue of insecurity.
Okay.
It has lingered for over decades. We also need to know, where are the military hardwares that the previous administrations bought to curb this insecurity? Why are they not putting it to use? And I gathered that most of the helicopter they bought are what Ukraine is using also.
Okay.
On his military campaign out there. So what it truly is our military putting these facilities to use? If they are, because I am aware that most of those helicopters have what they call aerial surveillance, whatever. If you have AUV on that facility, why are they not seeing the bandits' location and dropping these bombs on them? End this thing once and for all. If these things are happening well, why are the military always making mistakes or bombing the wrong people? We need to put all these things to check. The president needs to address also the issue of subsidy.
Okay.
The president needs to tell us what is happening with the subsidy regime. Why is the corruption still there in the subsidy removal? What has happened with the loan received from World Bank to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal? What has happened to the savings? We need to know all this. We are Nigerians. We deserve to know all this. It is within our rights to know. So the president needs to do all this address so that Nigerians will have trust on him moving forward.